Hello everybody. Okay, this is a video from the little town of Catavina, and it's about a summary of week 2 in Baja California. I mean, I'll talk first about this little town where I am, actually very little, and it's a sort of Mad Max environment. I'll show you in a little while. I mean, for example, here they sell gasoline. I mean, you think, oh, this is normal. No, here there is no petrol. There is no petrol, there is no electricity, and there is no internet. So it's amazing how this little community is actually managed to have its workarounds. I mean, they have solar panels, they have Starlink for internet, they need to save water, even just to have a shower or to wash dishes. In a way, it sounds hard, and I'm sure it is, but for me, that I'm experiencing it for just it's for a few days. It's almost fascinating in a way. So I decided to stay here instead of just one night, 3 nights. There is a little campground, and the owner, Daniel, is very friendly and helpful. Although I always have problems to have a shower and even to flush the toilet. But anyway, this is Catavina, where I am at the moment. But let me give you a summary of week 2 of Baja California Sur. Well, after Agua Verde, where I was last time, in my last video, I went along the coast of the Mar de Cortés, and it probably is the most fascinating area because let me show you a little bit more in the meantime. As you can see, it's just people here do 2-3 jobs, yes, in order to survive, and that's what it is. It's not. It's a Mad Max environment, really, and so let's get back to my summary. And so I was saying, so you go from Agua Verde, you go north along the coast, and probably that is the most fascinating area, because it's full of little bays, and in front many little islands with gorgeous beaches, and you can stop almost wherever you like. Sometimes it's like wild camping, sometimes there are more organized kind of campings, but really it's up to you. And here people mostly, that's what they like. They have a caravan or a pickup. They bring their own stuff and stay for a few days, spend the holidays on a beach, having barbecues and drinking beer. Anyway, I'll show you this, which is just gorgeous. Really very tall. It's about, I would say 10 meters tall. yeah, it's great. And after that, I I I went to Santo Ignacio, where it's a small town, um, and kind of classical town with a good-looking church and a nice square. And there I had I went on a off-road day tour with a group of locals, and I have to tell you about this story. But first, let me enter my usual restaurant. Disculpe. And yes, this is my usual restaurant, and have a look at this place. They sell, I suppose, bric-a-brac of all kinds. Yeah, remaining things of years ago, cold heaters, mochas, yeah, a little bit of everything. And so about this crazy day I had with a group of Mexican riders. Okay, so the plan was to do about 130 kilometers. And I thought, okay, it's fine. I'm going to enjoy myself with, new roads and, of course, with locals. And provecho. And so 130 kilometers. Do I have enough petrol? Yeah, I do. I can do about 200 kilometers. Okay, great. They said, as I said, 130, so it should be fine. 130 return. And then, so it was immediately pretty tough because we were going towards the ocean to a place called Laguna Santo Ignacio, and so it was pretty tough because it was a lot of sand, but it was okay. I mean, I didn't fall, nothing. We were about 10 people, 3 of which with quads. And so by the time we got to destination, it was 5 o'clock, and we had already done 100 and I think 120, 130 kilometers. So I thought, this is it's going to be a problem, because nighttime was going to arrive soon. To do the off-road on sand in the dark, well, it's, I would say, unpleasant, to say the least. I said, oh yeah, no worries. Altogether, to go back, it's 60 kilometers, 15 off-road and 45 of asphalt. Yeah, and as usual with Mexican riders, in my experience at least, of course the numbers were all over the place. And so I did so the 15 kilometers of off-road became 35. Then there was asphalt, and with about 60, 70 kilometers to get to destination. And my hand is getting tired. I need to change. And well, 10 kilometers from destination, I ran out of petrol. And so luckily, and I was totally on my own by then. in the dark, in the middle of nowhere. And you know, I didn't really want to spend the night outside, you know. So luckily, one of the riders arrived. He couldn't share any petrol. He couldn't tow me. We have no rope. Then a second rider arrived, and him as well. He had no rope, and he couldn't share petrol. But luckily, we stopped a pickup, one of the very few cars that drove past, and it was a friend of them, and he gave us a piece of rope, and one of the riders towed me to destination, for the last 10 kilometers, directly to the petrol station. So altogether, instead of 130 kilometers, we did 235. Anyway, it's a good experience that finally it ended well, and it was kind of fun to do it, well, to at least talk about it. And so after Sant'Ignacio, I went to Laguna de Hoyo de Libre, and that is the place where I took the picture, the cover picture of this video. And you can see whales. It's a campground and a restaurant, but unfortunately, because the holiday is over, everything was closed. So I decided to go to Guerrero Negro. I couldn't stay there, which is a pretty damp place. And then after Guerrero Negro, I got here to Catavina, where I am at the moment. So Baja California is still reserving, something unusual and beautiful at the same time. So I hope you enjoy these reports, and tell you something about Baja California if eventually one day you want to travel around here. Okay, all the best to everybody, and if you like these videos, please report. By the way, my motorbike is fine. I have developed a problem almost 2 weeks ago, and I have suspension fork seal breakage, so I need to have it replaced. I will do that in Ensenada, where I was not planning to go, but yeah, I have the opportunity to change it. Anyway, all the best to everybody, and if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and all the best.